Hello, this is Link on Air and Mike, and instead of a Let's Procrastinate, I thought we would tackle another trailer talk. So, the new Fire Emblem. Here's the trailer for it.
Yeah. Is this
And
Fire Emblem black or white? I wonder.
who knows? All I know is I love their aesthetic. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Like, Fire Emblem translated to 3D really well.
Well, at least on 3DS. Before they were still working through it. Like, you haven't seen Path of Radiance yet.
That's fair. I haven't seen Path of Radiance yet.
I mean, it doesn't
Because
look
I have
bad,
played,
but it
like,
doesn't look good.
yeah, like, I've played, like, the Fire Emblem games on the Game Boy Advance and then Awakening, so I've missed a lot.
Hmm. Apparently, I heard a rumor that this game is going to be split into two versions for each story. I hope that's not true because that sounds like a horrible idea.
It depends on, how it's handled. Like, if you can still get the entire game out of it, the game, I can live with it.
And the way they're framing this makes it sound like it's supposed to be a choice within the story, though, so if they did that, it seems like it'd be detrimental to the core focus of the game.
Well, that or what it is that it's two different games because on one you're automatically on one side and on one you're on the other. So this way it's not a choice so much as it is a version. So I
That,
imagine like there's party members that are like freelancers that you can catch up on both sides, but there's party members that are like locked to one side.
yeah, probably, although I do think that they'd be better off just making it one whole game,
It
because
probably is one whole game.
it probably is. I should stop listening to internet rumors, but they are worth speculating over. Somewhat.
Yeah. Um yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, but it also would vary because I feel like Fire Emblem is a series that's like you only really need one cartridge for it. Like, it's not a game where you're gonna get multiples unless it's like another story. Like, I'm not gonna buy more than one copy of Fire Emblem
At
unless I'm
least,
buying it for someone else.
at least this one looks like it's gonna be more promising story wise than Fire Emblem Awakening was. I mean, Fire Emblem Awakening was good, but by Fire Emblem standards, the story was a bit lacking.
Yeah, I imagine. Given like how in depth the original Fire Emblem is, and we just started that. Like, I don't think are we very far in Fire Emblem?
I think we only got about 5 chapters in, maybe 7, somewhere in that area, before we stopped for a while.
Yeah. Uh, it's uh, it's neat. I like Fire Emblem as a series. I have trouble playing them because I'm a very impatient person. So, it's a game where I'll play it for a while and then I'll stop and I'll come back months later and have no idea where I am or what I'm doing anymore. So then I have to
And then
start
end up
over.
restarting.
Yeah, so then I have to start over and I might make it back to that point I was at. I might not before I stop again and then not play for months and then I'll come back and be like, "Oh my god."
I feel like that's the case with a lot of RPGs.
Yeah, it kind of depends. Some games I kind of get into, and now thanks to the internet and like strategy guides and the internet, it's much easier to get through than when I was a young Michael, and I did not have the internet to help me, so I'd either have to lame it out and hope I figured it out, or I'd just kind of go buy a Prima brand strategy guide or Brady Games. Is it in the game?
I just about
Maybe
only brought Prima strategy guides for the artwork, because I like to copy what they had in them way back when.
for what game?
I think I bought the Wind Waker Prima strategy guide and like the Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, and maybe Silver and Gold. I don't think I bought any others.
Yeah, I have Pokemon Yellow's strategy guide because my aunt gave it to me with Pokemon Yellow. I
Oh,
had a
that's
Kingdom Hearts 2
nice.
strategy guide,
You have a what?
and Kingdom Hearts 2, I had the strategy guide, I lost it.
Ah, you were trying for
And
100% completion or got stuck on a boss or something, I assume.
I was 12. I beat the entire game on my own. I was 12. That's it.
Fair enough. Should we move
Um,
on to the next trailer, or
I was gonna say I also got Final Fantasy X's strategy guide, which still works on the HD remix, by the way. So
oh, I'd
instead of buying
imagine
a brand
so.
new
It's
one,
just a remastering. I can't
yeah, but
imagine too much would change.
Yeah, but they're trying to sell you a brand new copy when you can go on eBay and spend like $5 and get the old one and it works fine. Anyway, on to the next trailer.
I just gotta let this one finish running through. I decided to record this in a way where I wouldn't fuck it up like last time. Now it's all one video.
Oh wait, is it only on new 3DS? Or did I misread that?
I think it just says only on 3DS. This one is the Shin Megami Tensei Fire Emblem crossover, and this is just bizarre.
Yeah,
I hope that's just concept art. I think it is.
dude, there's no way that's not concept art.
Although this trailer is just confusing. I'm seeing more Shin Megami Tensei than Fire Emblem in this.
Uh, that might be the idea because this none of this looks like gameplay. This all looks like more highly rendered cinematics, dude.
True. I wish I would show some gameplay though.
I don't think they're gonna yet. This is I feel like the Shin Megami Tensei Fire Emblem game is in like pre-alpha right now. So they've got some like animatics, some basic stuff in the engine, and that's about it.
I have to say I was a bit surprised when this trailer came out though, because I thought it was just gonna remain vaporware.
Yep.
I mean, when you hear a rumor like Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem,
You're just assuming nerds are being nerds.
yeah. I mean, I guess Nintendo has been doing more to work with other companies on games, so
Yeah.
maybe I should have expected it, but eh.
Yeah.
This just seems a bit kinda out there for them.
Yeah. Same thing with like Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my
back
gosh,
in
it's
the
Sonic
day.
Adventure!
Yeah. Like, remember when Kingdom Hearts dropped and how genuinely confused and surprised you were that, like, they were gonna combine Final Fantasy and Disney?
For some reason the audio just lagged. Eh,
Yeah.
whatever. So what are you saying?
Like, remember when Kingdom Hearts dropped and how genuinely confused you were at the idea of Final Fantasy and Disney crossing over?
Yeah, I guess.
It's kind of like that, but without the internet. Or, but with the internet, I feel. Like, beloved JRPG series is taken by a large company that's known for fun, but not the sort of style or grit that the beloved JRPG franchise company actually makes, and they're thrown into a blender and everyone is confused. Till the game actually comes out. And
At
then after the
least
game comes out.
the trailer has grown on me a bit since I initially saw it, but I'm still very fucking confused as to what the fuck I just saw.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
At least Kingdom Hearts, you could kinda tell what was going on until you play it.
Dude, in those original trailers, let's be honest, no one had any idea what was going on. We say that now because we're so far distanced from it that Kingdom Hearts is just kind of like a thing we know. But like as a kid, you see this weird anime dude hanging out with like Donald Duck and Goofy, and also other weird anime dudes are there. And then there was like Tarzan and shit. It was the weirdest.
Yeah, it is a pretty weird concept, but actually, I guess it wasn't bound to happen.
Yeah,
Then again, anything is bound to happen.
and I love when like famous franchises that are kind of close in nature but are also radically different crossover. Like I wish Project X Zone was a good game.
I wanted to play that, but I never got around to it.
Like I wanted to play it, I didn't get around to it, and then I heard it was bad from like everyone.
It looked like some combination RPG, strategy, and fighting game.
Yeah, like it looked like it was trying to do too much. Like Remember Me.
I remember when they first showed Remember Me, I thought it looked meh.
Like yeah, it looked meh, and then it is mechanically meh.
Which is kind of impressive to fail at both trailer and actual game.
Well, it's like the actual game is so close, which is why it's super meh, because it's not like that sort of meh of they just kind of threw it just went into the factory and came out and they threw it out there. No, it's a game with two genuinely interesting concepts that clash super fucking hard.
Indeed.
Because it's the you build your own combos and then you go in and remix people's memories to try to figure out how to make it work in your benefit. Each of those should be their own game.
This is true. I thought it looked like it had a pretty big Assassin's Creed vibe when I first saw the original trailer.
Yeah, it has that. I have the fourth Assassin's Creed now. Is that the good one? That is the good one, yeah.
Yeah, that is the good one, the one where you're a pirate.
Awesome.
I like that one. Shit.
Shoutouts to Xbox for giving me video games for paying them money.
Yeah, I don't Xbox ever since it destroyed my favorite game.
Your what?
Well, I used to have Halo Reach on the Xbox, and that was my favorite game on the system, and then it destroyed the game, and I was like, well, fuck you.
How? Oh, it did the overspin thing, didn't it?
Yeah.
Where you leave it in so long that it just like shits the bed.
Yeah, like left a huge arc-shaped scratch along the disc, and I was like, I'm done. I'm selling this fucking thing. I'm getting a Wii U. And
Yeah,
that's how I got my Wii U.
I don't know. I like the Xbox 360. I dig it. I think it's a neat console.
I would happily buy Halo again if it was on PC. Only the first two are, though. Because
Isn't
fuck Microsoft.
isn't it on Xbox One though?
Why would I spend money on an Xbox One?
Because it's radical.
Oh yeah, you have one, don't you?
I don't have one, but I like it. Like I like in that I trust Xbox and their netcode far more than I trust Sony.
I would sooner get the PS4 just because of Bloodborne.
Oh yeah, like I'm literally getting an Xbox One right as of right now for Halo, Killer Instinct, and something else I am blanking on. The new Conquer game, that's what it is.
I still feel like most of the new consoles are just a waste of money, with the exception of the Wii U. I mean, most of them are just gravitating towards being low-end PCs.
Yeah. That's just the way gaming is going. Like the only reason the shift to PC hasn't fully happened is because it's way too expensive to get a gaming PC for every single consumer.
Well, to be fair, uh, new consoles are getting closer to that price range.
Yeah, I think in like 2 generations at best, if the console market doesn't find a way to radically change its system, it's just going to become gaming PCs.
I think the only one that would still be around is Nintendo, and that's just because Nintendo's up the world with their Nintendo-ness.
I feel like Nintendo would honestly end up integrating onto computers, except for their handhelds.
Well, I heard they are making iPhone
Like
games.
they're making mobile games, but I feel like they still might have dedicated handhelds, so they have dedicated hardware they know can like run their games.
Well, they pretty much own the handheld market.
Yeah, exactly. Like in terms of handheld gaming, they're kings right next to your cell phone.
Sony had a shot, but they've done fucked it up.
Sony never had a shot, dude.
Sure they did. The
You
PS
were just
Vita's great, it just doesn't have any fucking games. You and
yeah,
I
but
both know that.
it's you're right, but it came with before but its predecessor, the PSP, set it up for failure even harder cuz the PSP is terrible.
This is true. Just about the only reason I knew anyone owned a PSP was Monster Hunter.
Yeah, the only reason I knew
And
people owned
maybe Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, for me it was Kingdom Hearts. Everyone who I knew who owned a PSP got it for Kingdom Hearts. Anything else they had on their PSP was just like mom or dad being like, "Hey, you own this console. Here you go." Cuz UMDs are a
And
terrible format.
now Kingdom Hearts handhelds have moved over to the 3DS, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much lost their market. They even lost Monster Hunter.
To the 3DS.
Yes! And it's actually better on there.
Oh yeah, I imagine. I'm not shocked at all that Monster Hunter on the PSP was terrible.
I really love the touchscreen buttons. Like, it's the most passive use possible, and it's just
Oh,
so good.
in Monster Hunter on DS,
Yeah, 3DS.
yeah, it's radical. It's so convenient. Like I never actually use them except when I'm like taking a ration in or like a first aid kit real quick. But man, it feels so good. It's just
Mm-hmm.
nice that the game lets me do it.
It like leaves you an extra button for whatever miscellaneous crap you want to use.
Yeah,
Very convenient. I guess we should move on to the
yeah.
next
We should
trailer.
probably get to the next trailer.
This is the next couple are from Persona 4 Dancing All Night. This is the latest one. Looks like a story trailer. Makes me curious about the story. Looks like it's taking a darker approach than I originally thought it would.
Yeah, dude, it's Persona. It's gonna go a little dark, just a little.
Although I do like that design of Rise they just had right there.
That was Rise?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's adorable. Night glasses Rise. Oh.
Yep.
Like, I just assumed that was a random girl for the sake of showing us the thing where, oh, now instead of television, they're getting sucked into computers to play a rhythm game. Kanji's
Yes.
Backstreet Boys ass redesign.
Yes. I'm looking forward to this game. Looks like a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
it looks super fun.
Though the one thing that annoys me the most about this is that the head movements look really stiff and unnatural some
Yeah,
of the time. The rest of it looks great, but just the heads.
yeah.
I don't know what it is, but just something feels off. I mean, can you put your finger on it?
Um, the heads are doing that dancer thing where they don't move.
Hmm. I don't know much about dancing, so... Also, I like that.
Oh, dude, Persona band, that's radical.
That's too much power for people to have.
No one man should have
Fighting
all this
shadows
power.
and playing instruments. Too much.
I don't know. I mean, Risei's
Wait, does this mean
Persona
Nanako's
literally
gonna have
has
a
shadows and
persona?
plays instruments. Oh my god.
Is it gonna be a bigger Nanako?
It's going to be an even littler Nanako.
An even littler Nanako? Oh god. Like a chibi Nanako?
Yeah, it's gonna be like, hey, what's up? I'm here to play tambourines, and
Lord.
it's gonna be like, oh, Nanako.
And there's the Yukiko trailer that
Oh,
came
so
out
they're
slightly
doing
before that.
character-specific trailers?
Yeah, they have character-specific trailers.
Oh, neat.
I didn't go through all of them, but I did pick out a handful.
You just picked out a handful to be like, hey, here's character-specific trailers. If you want to find the rest, you probably will. It's not that difficult.
Very biased perspective on which ones I chose, but
Yeah,
eh,
I should get around to playing Persona 4 Golden.
you really should. It's fantastic. I love it. God damn it, somebody just messaged me on Facebook.
Well, I'm not hearing it.
Oh, I heard it, and probably so did Bandicam.
Oh well, can't be helped.
Yeah. I've always
Oh,
liked
this is-
Yukiko's design and personality in the game.
I don't know about personality, but I think her design is cute.
Mm-hmm. Also, I like how they gave her, like, ballet type moves.
Yeah.
Seems
Speaking
kind of
of-
fitting.
Yeah. Speaking of ballet, I've been watching a lot of Steven Universe lately.
I have not seen that since I had cable.
They have all of the episodes for free on a blog spot if you care to download them. You can
That
literally
sounds like
just
effort.
Eh, it's easier because it's legal. Oh, it's legal free download.
Fair enough. And here's the Chie trailer. I like this one quite a bit.
I appreciate that Chie like break dances and punches things, and that's her dancing style.
It's so fitting. They did a good job making the dance routines fit the characters.
Yeah.
Although it
That's-
probably means Narukami will have the most generic dance moves ever.
yeah, it can't be helped. Or Narukami will actually get a personality in this game.
Well, he kinda has some personality, but not much of one.
Well, yeah, it's because in Persona you actually roleplay in the role-playing game. Weird.
Actually, they do give some personality to the characters on their own. Like, between Personas 3 and 4, they are notably different.
Yeah, but it's more of a there's still actual elements of roleplay in it. Meaning, it's not like Final Fantasy, where yes, I'm playing as the protagonist, but they still have a set personality and a set storyline and a set character arc that I have no chance in determining, and nothing I can really do to fill in the space or blanks on my own. You know?
Yeah. And the next trailer is going to be Kanji.
Oh, radical. I love that Kanji looks literally like he's in a 90s boy band. Like, everyone else just looks like, a bit of a modern, more like Hollywood music video-esque sort of upscaling of their character design. And then Kanji's just like...
I don't know why, but watching Kanji dance makes me feel like I'm being seduced.
Probably are. I just love the bandana.
Indeed.
Wait, do they all have bandanas now? Somewhere in their design?
I don't think all of them. I think it's mostly just Yosuke and Kanji.
Yeah, because like you noticed that Yosuke and Kanji match, which is what prompted me. I'm kind of curious now.
I like how aggressive his dance moves are.
Man, that man is slam dancing. That man is... I expect him to start doing literal spin kicks.
Oh, I love this. This is definitely getting a US release, so I wish they'd hurry up and give us the date.
Also, I think part of the issue with like the dance moves in this game is comes from the fact that the size of the people doing the dance moves is not always the same as the model, if that makes any sense.
So like might give the head a bigger movement than it needs, just
Like
because of
in that it
the.
might like underserve the motion. I guess I don't really know how mocap works, and I'm not going to pretend to.
I better pause this before the next
Yeah,
trailer starts.
this is the next trailer, dude. You paused
Yeah,
it. You
if you
good?
want to keep talking about the Persona 4 stuff, then I
Okay, I
should
don't know
pause it.
how motion capture work works, but I know like each individual person who mocaps will technically have an effect on it in more ways than one, including like the little subtle things that you do when you move that you don't think about. And so like maybe that might be some of the issues. Like some of the characters are proportionally different from what was mocapped and like those rigs.
I'd
So
believe
like
it. I mean,
the
anime
bodies aren't moving
characters
right.
tend to have slightly bigger heads than actual people.
That or they might not have mocapped the heads at all because getting the body motion was more important. Like, because if they get the body motion, they can proportionalize that out to fit their character model. But heads
But
are weird.
yeah, that would certainly explain why those look so awkward when they move.
And it might be a hardware limitation because it's on the Vita. So they're working with like like, really good PS2 and like lower end PS3 to get something that will run consistently given everything that's happening on screen.
That almost rhymed.
It did almost rhyme. That was weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it looks good. It's a neat rhythm game, and the Persona and Atlas does such a great job with music that it's fun to listen to. Like
I
it's not like Guitar Hero where there's like a handful of really good songs and then a bunch of ones to kind of string you along.
I'm worried that it will still have the same issue that Guitar Hero has. You'll be too busy focused on the buttons you need to be pressing that you can't enjoy the dance moves until after you watch the. If you
Until
like watch
after
them
you
in the
get good at the
gallery.
song.
Yeah, that's a bit. That's the one thing I don't like about rhythm games.
Yeah, that's
Though
fair.
it can, it's unavoidable.
The new Guitar Hero actually looks like it might have solved that issue.
There's a new Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
I thought that series died.
no, they just released a trailer for it. If I would have known we were doing a trailer talk, I probably would have sent you a link to it.
Fair enough. I didn't really give you any warning on this.
Basically, it's called Guitar Hero Live, and it looks like it's gonna have some problems. But basically, whenever you play the song, you get feedback from an actual video crowd of people, and it creates a sort of weird VR or AR esque experience. Yeah, in that you're playing the Guitar Hero game and watching the reaction from an actual crowd of people and like actual bandmates that you have. The video, like the live video stream, looking really good, and it looks interesting in terms of like just that gimmick. I like I'm not gonna pay full price for it. I'm probably only gonna play it like an hour if I actually get it, but it's a neat idea. I appreciate it. It's just I feel like either it's gonna start recycling crowd junk a lot, or it's gonna end up recycling like videos of like the band and their reactions a lot, and it's gonna get really old beyond the music.
Yeah.
It's a neat
I
concept.
just stopped caring about Guitar Hero after like 3.
So did everyone. Like Rock Band was radical because it did the thing Guitar Hero should have done, which was give you a whole band and more people to play with.
Wasn't Rock Band by the same team that made Guitar Hero, and then Guitar Hero itself was passed on to a different team?
Yeah, after basically what happened is the team that made Guitar Hero 3, and then they got dumped to make Rock Band. And then either they got shifted to Rock Band or there was a weird company break and they made Rock Band instead. And so the people who owned the name for Guitar Hero basically went out and made their own Rock Band, but with Guitar Hero's name on it.
That was a weird thing that happened.
That
And
was
then
weird.
there was DJ Hero, and that was just.
That was a terrible idea because DJing is like it's cool. It doesn't deserve its own rhythm game.
I don't even know how you go about doing such a thing.
Like the way they did it was basically like you press buttons and you kind of literally mix songs like a DJ would. It's just weird. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel very intuitive. Like Guitar Hero felt intuitive because everyone has an idea of how playing guitars work. The average person does not know how being a DJ works beyond you scratch the disc.
Yeah.
let's get to this next trailer.
Yeah, the next one's a fighting game. I forgot what the name
It's
is. It's
Denki
just,
Bunko Fighting Climax.
yeah, that's it. Glad you knew the name.
This game already dropped in the States, didn't it?
Has it?
No, it's definitely been out in Japan for a while. Or
This
this
looks a
is new.
lot more chaotic than the usual fighting games that I'm used to playing.
Yeah, it's Marvel vs. Capcom-esque, if that makes any sense.
I probably wouldn't much care for Marvel vs. Capcom then.
Yeah, it's they're chaos, these games, because what they rely on is big combos and a lot happening on screen to mix up your opponent with. So it's fast. It's difficult to follow at first. Is that Moe Basketball Girl? Is this
I have
Moe Basketball Team anime?
probably, from the looks of it, although I've never heard of that anime. I recognize every other character, but not
Yeah, this
her.
is the guy from. Yeah, that one's from Moe Basketball anime,
Yes. And then
which
there's
there is.
Oremo.
Yeah,
Anything Oremo is okay with me. Although I feel like this game looks like it has way too many female characters.
eh,
It's just kind of weird. I think I only saw
eh,
like 2 males out of the entire cast they showed, not
eh,
counting support characters.
it's whatever. I mean, like Arcana Hearts exists, and Arcana Hearts is radical. What is this? What anime was that from?
A certain scientific railgun.
Oh,
I don't know the character's name, but I know that much. And that's Shakugan no Shana.
yeah.
That anime was meh,
Oh,
in my
hey, it's
opinion.
overpowered man.
Indeed. I was simultaneously surprised and unsurprised that he was in this. Although
The
his
plot is sort
animations
of.
look very choppy compared to other characters.
The plot of Sword Art Online irks me spiritually.
Yeah, it kind of fell apart after episode 3.
Like right around the time he was like, "I dual wield," and it's like, so how has no one else figured this the fuck out if they've been in this game for 2 goddamn years?
Well, I said it was a skill that you had to obtain or something. To be fair, it was about reaction time or something.
Yeah, it just feels weird that like if they didn't put that 2 year marker on it, I'd be way more okay with it.
Fair enough.
Like if it was like within the first couple days or weeks or months of the game, yeah, okay, that's believable. Maybe they haven't noticed or figured it out yet. But after 2 years, I expect most of the tech has been thought up and used or not used, depending on its actual usefulness. Yeah, that's Denki Bunko Fighting Climax. It's an anime fighter. Probably there's no air dashing from the looks of it, or it's character specific rather than being a universal feature. It's got Marvel-esque assists, so that's probably really important to the metagame. I've never played it. I've seen some ridiculous combo videos of it, and it looks like chaos. And it features popular anime characters as its selling point, so it's literally Marvel vs. Capcom, except instead of actual game characters in Marvel, it's anime.
Indeed, I'm kind of curious about it, but I'm probably not gonna buy it.
Like, yeah, if you try a demo, and you'll figure out whether you like it or not. It's like, have you ever played Skullgirls?
I have not. I was interested in it, but then I just kind of lost interest.
Oh, you should. I'd say you should pick that up sometime to get an idea of what Denki Bunko is gonna be like in terms of assists. If you play 2 or 3 characters in it, except you're probably gonna have 4 buttons because it's a Japanese game and it's an anime game, and those tend to have 4 buttons traditionally speaking.
Yeah, that's true. I think Persona 4 handled it pretty well, though.
Yeah, no,
Well,
it's
Arena.
4 buttons isn't a bad thing. It just is a thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a shame that all these trailers were Japanese. Not that there's a
Eh,
problem with that, but there wasn't much else to
yeah.
use.
What else have you got?
That was it.
Oh, that was it. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll talk a little more then. And like, yeah. Uh,
Is
on the
Fighting
subject.
Climax a series, or is this the first, or whatever the
Um.
series is called?
Uh.
Is it like a
It,
yearly thing where they like get different animes from the past couple of years and throw them into a fighting game or something?
no, Denki Bunko is its own series, and it's basically like a visual novel and fighting game. Uh,
Hmm.
and they basically just went into their engine for their current game. And this is either like a massive DLC update or it's a new game in the series. Because I remember hearing about Denki Bunko a while back, and basically they're just adding in all these popular anime characters now.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, it's different. And then it's probably four buttons. I've never played it, but it's probably four buttons. And four button anime fighters versus or four button fighting games versus six buttons. Uh, it's really a matter of preference, weird preference at that, and it really depends on you and what you feel. That tends to change a lot about how the game will work mechanically and how combos will flow and stuff. Because instead of having like six options to go into the next thing for a combo, you have four. So they tend to be a little more rigid or a little more precise. Because like you have to be down forward and B versus just down B or down back and B versus just B, and it makes for interesting stuff, especially just the meta because there's only four buttons, so your options get wacky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, today we don't have any other trailers to go through.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have told me, I could have drummed up a couple extras, but it wouldn't have made much difference in the long haul.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
an
kind of
extra
a
couple minutes.
last minute snap decision. I was
Yeah.
literally recording all this right while you were messing with your microphone.
Oh, okay, good to know.
I was like, I can't really think of anything to play for the Let's Procrastinate, so I'm gonna do this because there's actually some trailers I thought were worth talking about, and
Yeah,
then there's Fighting Climax, which was interesting, so I just threw it in there.
yeah. Any other big trailers? I was gonna say
Somebody
MKX.
suggested Battlefront, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, everyone's talking about Battlefront. Like, no one's gonna care.
Yeah,
That's a
I
new
don't care.
title.
So,
Yeah. Well, it's a thing where, as content creators, you have to ride this line between riding the bandwagon and not doing that. Because when you ride the bandwagon, yeah, you might get more clicks, but at the same time, you're now one of in a sea of dudes who are all doing that thing instead of like, hey, I'm playing this game that not many people play, or hey, I'm doing this thing that not many people actually do. So if you kind of like it, come check me out. Versus everyone's doing this. So, you might find me, you might not.
speaking of, I should probably try to appeal more to stuff that people are interested in watching rather than obscure game reviews on my main channel.
Yeah. And
I
that's a
mean, the
weird balancing
huge.
act too, because once you get to a certain point where you can kind of do what you want, because like right now your issue is that you don't have much of an audience. So
Yeah, I've
you
been
don't have an
stuck at like
audience.
60 for the last
Yeah.
however many months.
Like your audience isn't yet big enough to really appreciate the fact that you don't really touch the big games because everyone's going to have something to say about big games, and you don't yet have an audience that's like big enough to justify you doing these smaller games, and that you have big games to fall back on. It's a weird mix.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up pandering to nostalgia, like all the other people trying to start off on YouTube.
Yeah, no, it's money. Who cares? Like, I am firmly of the opinion of you get your paper and you do you.
I
Like,
feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for my Ocarina of Time review though,
because
whenever
you
that goes out.
because you're basically just going to tell everyone to go buy Majora's Mask instead.
Well, I tend to recommend that. It's not fitting for that series. I'd probably recommend Twilight Princess and Wind Waker over it, just because those are closer to the Ocarina of Time formula, but better.
Ocarina of Time formula, and probably aesthetically too.
Majora's
Because
Mask is just a completely different beast.
yeah, yeah, you have a point. How was Majora's Mask 3DS? Did you get that?
I haven't touched it since I bought it.
Really?
Monster Hunter has consumed almost all of my free time that I'm not spending on videos.
That's fair.
And
Uh,
that I've logged like almost 200 hours into Monster Hunter for you.
yeah, my time has been consumed with Smash. Mostly because I'm not even trying to get good. I'm just trying to prepare myself to like be a color commentator.
My interest in Smash kinda petered out when I played against my friend Corey one too many times, and he's like first place tournament material, so I basically just lose over and over again.
Oh yeah.
I only ever beat him in Project M, surprisingly.
Really?
I beat him with Ivysaur and Samus.
Nice. Glad to see you're getting use out of Project M.
I actually enjoy that quite a bit because it's a bit more responsive than 4.
Yeah, it's like all the fun and technicality of Melee, but with the pacing of Brawl, which is simultaneously faster and slower. If that makes any sense.
And it probably has the best version of Samus of any of the Smash games.
Oh, definitely. Oh, did you know that with her taunt you can change to ice? By the way.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, and you can ledge cancel that. So basically, you run, start the taunt, and then hit the ledge, and it'll end really quick.
I see. You can actually use a similar trick like that in Monster Hunter too for certain things. I forget. Like, what was it?
Isn't it like you can initiate aerial attacks with anyone by like rolling at the wall or something?
That's a different trick, but you can do ledge cancels on certain animations. I forget which ones. I think it's like, damn it, what was it? Although I think what you're talking about is like the wall jump, where if you have your weapon out and you want to jump onto a wall to jump off it to do an aerial attack, you roll into the wall with your weapon out, press A while you're still rolling, you'll grab onto it, press A again to jump off, and then hit the attack button.
That's radical.
Indeed, it's a neat little trick. And also that airship that you see on certain missions can be waved at to tell you where the monster is.
Yeah, I haven't really seen the airship yet, but I'm also doing really basic missions, so
How far are you along? You've beat the Great Jaggy. Anything else? You've had to catch a watcher yet?
no, I haven't quite made it there yet. Like I haven't made it to rank 3 yet.
That's impressive. Kinda.
I've been busy. I've been a busy man. Just got a new job. It's that time in the semester because I'm still actually in classes. And yeah,
Well, I think we should wrap this up. So, have a good night, everybody.
have a good night, Internet.
Buy into Japanese games. More. Because they don't sell very well in the West.
Or don't, whatever. Buy what you want.
Yes. Unless it's, what's a shit game that just came out? Damn. I had something, then I lost it. Have a good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.